On this episode of Penny's Hot Rods and Customs, we cover a seat for the 52 Ford for under $150.
Don't lie, 132.
I said under 150, so close enough.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, before we start this episode, I just want to give some shout outs to some of the local guys. You can start first. This is my ghetto piece of paper.
These are guys that we follow too. Andy's Doghouse, pretty cool show. Of course, Coastal Auto Reaction. They're heavily out in BC. Mortsky Repair. Old Car Guy. Another one. Roy Marco's Garage.
Were you going to say them all, or
well,
I can't speak? Of course, Scott Rods. Dave, he's a pretty funny guy. D-Boss Garage. Helen Dale Auto, or Hot Rods from Brandon, Manitoba. Of course, Jeff and Dave Sobering. Hello, guys. I'm going to be bugging you about some stickers soon. Don't be cheap. I'd like a t-shirt. Just for me. Screw all these other guys. Of course, Dan at DD Speed Shop, and of course, Queen D. Check out her show. Pretty awesome. And of course, we all know Brent from Half-Ass Customs, so yeah. Hope you guys like this video. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. We build a seat. It's actually pretty comfortable.
Hopefully Kevin doesn't fart on it.
And still, no big gulps in it. I'm driving a truck. Well, if I was in England. Okay, we're at the local fabric store here. We're just looking for interior for Kevin's truck. I gotta put my stupid mask on. I kind of like this brown here. Chris has other thoughts. What do you got there, Chris?
I don't know which is the top. I think this is the...
We should get this. This looks pretty flamboyant. Goggles are hurt. My glasses are fogging up. Anything down there?
I haven't gone that far.
Put this over my head.
Tiffany, call 115, please. Tiffany, call 115.
Okay, so this is the color we chose for Kevin's truck. I think it's gonna work. It's pretty thick, pretty resistant, pretty strong. So 14 bucks a square meter. I think that's 3 feet. So yeah, I think we'll need a bit. So I think we're good to go. And we'll get some burlap, and it's freaking hot in here. Alrighty. And this lady here is buying like the most stuff. We've been here waiting patiently. So at least we're getting it for you, Kevin.
So this video we're gonna upholster and cover the original seat for the 52 Ford Halfton. So what we starting with is these previous videos. Corey took all the old crappy mouse-eaten crap off, and I just fogged it with some rust-inhibiting paint, black paint. I fixed some of the springs. I just tightened some of these hog rings just to tighten it up a bit. Fixed a couple springs that popped off in the back here. Other than that, everything's in very good shape. The springs weren't rotted or anything. They just had a little bit of surface rust in places. So then, being the cheap guys we are, we went and had some old seat cushions, and I basically cut squares out of them. I'm going to contact glue them there, and then I'll cut more and glue the back part here. That's gonna be my base. Then I got other foam I'll show you later, well, once I get to it, for the back. But this is what I'm gonna do for here. I'm gonna basically wrap this with burlap just to protect the foam from the metal springs. Put that on, and then we've got cloth. We'll just splice in a little bit from one of our local stores, fabric stores. We went and bought cloth, and I'm gonna basically wrap that with cloth, and I've got some foam or other like cotton batting I'll put over top just to give it a little bit of roundness. Yeah, but this is the start of it. I'm gonna start contact gluing these together, and then I will cut the back strips and contact glue them onto this side, so it'll make it one big foam. If you can go to your fabric store, they have, this is 2-inch foam. They have 2-inch foam you can buy by the foot. It probably would have been close to $100 bucks just for the bottom. So we decided just to go this way. I did it once before, so this is going to be the second time, and it worked out good. It's held up for a few years anyways. So start gluing these, and yeah, then start cutting some burlap and fabric after that. So see, well, I'll show you gluing these a little bit in a little bit. Okay, it's just been a couple minutes. It's all tacky. It's sticky, but it doesn't come off in your fingertip. So I got a long flat board here to keep it all level. Just line it up. And stick it together. Do some pinching action. Flip it over, do the same thing. There. That will work. One piece of foam. Now, all I have to do is take our other foam pieces and cut this. Is gonna sit roughly thick there. I have to curve that, and I have to cut some more foam, glue on the back here. And then, yeah, then I'll start, after that's glued, then start with, well, we'll take the top part off. That'll make it easier. And I'll start cutting some burlap and putting that on. But so I'll cut those pieces, and I'll show you the final sponge. And remember, Gorilla Glue for sponge, not hair. Here's the full glued together bottom seat cushion. It's all nicely glued. Still a little tacky, but and so I got to pull the top off that. The back portion, so I'll do that right now. It's just held on by a cotter pin. Cotter pin and pin, which is surprisingly loose. And this one doesn't have a cotter pin. This will make it a lot easier to fit the foam. This fits nicely on my trusty wheelbarrow. Making sure it's maybe it's not such a trusty wheelbarrow after all. Just making sure that it's I got enough, a little bit of overlap in the front and back. It helps if I point the camera in the right direction. Now, I just got to, you can see under here, I just got to trace and cut corners off there and a little bit off the back here. And also the back, it goes along here and then it curves in a little bit, like about an inch, and then tapers off again. So I'm not sure if I'll just leave it like that. I think actually I'm going to leave it like that because if I curve it, the cloth won't sit. It'll get baggy in the center here. So actually I'm going to leave it straight like that. The sides I'm not too worried about because I'll show you how I'm going to do my cloth. It's not the correct, politically correct way of doing it, but it's easy. I don't plan on using the sewing machine for it. I plan on just, well, I'll show you once I get to that point, but basically making an overlap seam right there. Okay, so we just put 2 layers of burlap on it. Just stuff like that. Got it at the fabric store. It's pretty thin, so that's why I put 2 layers on. We're using hog rings. These are just some cheap hog rings and some hog ring pliers. They're cheap. You can buy like 50 of these and the pliers for like $15, $10, something like that. So they're very cheap. And what they do is you can come over on this side. We've got this mostly on. You just got to put a few more. That's the first layer, and just the hog ring hooks on to one of these bars, or in this case on the bottom here there's slots. If you can see, there's slots specifically for hog rings. So thing you do, you stick them in the hog ring plier. They're just a spring-loaded plier. Put it over where you want to and squeeze, and it's on. And this is just basically padding in between the springs and our foam, so the foam doesn't get ripped up in that. So that's why I did 2 layers. One layer we found out it's a little thin, and basically you just bunched it up in the corners. It's maybe too long, but and then hog ringed it to parts of the frame, so that works out. That's our base of our bottom of the seat.
I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen this, but what the hell is up with Derek's wheelbarrow? I think it's time for a new one. That's whack, yo. Time for a new wheelbarrow. That's no good. True story.
And the next thing,
Our ghetto foam.
Our ghetto foam.
Man, I can't believe that's even freaking rotten right here.
Enough about the wheelbarrow.
I think it's time to go to Home Depot.
I think JB Weld will fix that.
You got me that when I first moved here.
So the next thing is just gonna mark where I have to cut the curve. This curve on the foam. Oh.
Oh, stronger than I thought. There we go.
Ah! Now with the Flintstone wheelbarrow. Are you happy?
Yeah. Off to Home Depot. Let's go get a new wheelbarrow. Or Home Hardware.
Just an excuse to get a big gulp.
Yeah. It's warm out.
You know what the sad part is? I was just using that this morning.
Well, it's garbage now. Well, we use Rick's wheelbarrow. Or ours.
So yeah, the next time we'll put this on. Then I got the white cotton. If Corey is finished with the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I'm done.
White cotton. This goes on just like that. Just to trim it. White cotton goes over the whole thing, and then I got to start cutting the fabric.
Okay, let's go get big gulps. It's getting warm out here. We'll be back in a minute.
So we're getting ready. This is the cloth we are going with. This is our ghetto upholstery table here.
Back to the 70s.
Yeah. So we measured how much we need for the bottom seat, and just marked out with chalk because you don't want to use marker. And we got our trusty
Shitty.
warped 1x8. That'll give us
Yeah.
an idea. And we got this is at 100, or this is at 80 or 90 inches, and then we got to cut again at 50 inches.
And while he's doing that, Derek's doing this. Almost ready for paint. Ugh. Doo-doo-doo. The hell, I thought I'd come back and you'd have this cut by now.
No.
Quit slacking.
And for all you upholstery guys that are gonna balk at what I'm doing, who cares?
Somebody's cocky. Derek's like, I'd rather be sanding. Probably not. No, I think you're fine.
Hey, we gotta measure.
You mean you gotta measure?
Me gotta measure.
Here's firewood that we cut up this morning, or Derek split up this morning. Put that away for the next winter.
Okay, so we put there's our burlap, our foam. This is just fluff or cotton batting. It's used, got it at a fabric store. It's used to puff up things and fill gaps and stuff, but it makes all your corners nice and round. Then our cloth, we cut everything big. The white cotton is cut to size already. This is oversized because we can trim later. I just didn't want to screw up. So that's what it's going to look like. And we just have to stretch that a little bit, hog ring it. The sides, I'm going to do it without sewing. So that's going to be like that. And then fold this stuff like that. I'm gonna do it something like that. And if this isn't puffy enough, I can always go in by hand, put more of that white cotton in there to pull this out. Fluff? Okay.
Fluff will be the word of the day.
But it'll be something like that. I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we'll get that little kink thing out of there somehow.
Yeah. Or I could do that.
No.
Sideways?
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting this out, that's just a matter of that, putting some, tucking some of that white fluff.
Thank you.
In there. And I'll do the same with the back, but I'll go around. There's that has to go around there, and I'll fix that up. But It won't look as bad as what I'm doing right now, but it'll be folded back.
Better not. Kev would have a bird.
And I've got lots of excess, so I'll have to trim some. And
What are you gonna use with the excess?
what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
Probably burn it.
No, you won't.
Probably.
Make a dunce hat?
For who? Kevin?
Probably.
Yeah. Could make that happen.
Make something for Casey?
Yeah. If I was going to sew it, which I'm not going to do, I would cut this around here and then sew a seam around there so it's curved. You won't get that bunching. But my sewing machine is 100 years old, and
Nothing wrong with it. Worked good.
it worked good, but it's in the back of my garage right now. Hard to get out.
Face it. You can admit it. You're just lazy to get
Well,
it.
that's the first thing. I'm lazy. But that's going to be our seat.
Kevin better like it.
I like it.
Poor wheelbarrow. Be funny.
Okay, just covered the bottom. I haven't done the top. So what we basically did is made a crease here. That's the front. This is the side, the back, and then that allowed to make the crease straight. That allowed this to continue to be straight. And then I just filled it in the back. I'll show you what I did when I flip it over. This is the front. So it's all hog ringed to this bar here along the front. The sides just folded over, hog ringed. This is the flap here. This is the extra flap. And that's just hog ringed too. And then the excess back here was just folded in the back, hog ringed.
Where's Kevin?
So yeah, it came out decent, better than I expected, and good enough. I think it came out good. It's definitely nice and firm. And so the next step is the back. I got this foam I'm going to lay on. So we'll put burlap, foam, white fluff, and then more cloth. And I'll do the same thing. I'll just wrap the cloth over and then use the hog rings to crimp it to here. So I just got to cut all that stuff, measure it, and I'll do it in stages, so I'll show you that. It's just hard to film it. Doing it because sometimes it takes a while. When you screw up, you have to undo the hog rings, and the hog ring are a pain in the ass sometimes. Buy good hog rings. These aren't good ones. Princess Auto ones let us down, but they're good enough for I just had to put extras in here. If you get good ones, you only have to put like half the amount. But I basically double them up because these ones are a little weak. Well, I'll start working on that, and we'll give you some progress shots.
I'll see you later, Raymond. Yeah.
Unprofessional.
Namaste.
A loser.
Well, guys, Dictator Chris here says I'm not allowed to have big gulps in my truck. I think I can have big gulps in my truck.
Not on my watch.
Fuck off! I want to have big gulps in this. Or slushies. Let's get back to work. That's gonna hurt.
Okay, we just finished hog ringing cloth on. So on the top, the back, and again with the, all I did with the sides is fold it over, put extra cushion on the side, extra white fluff. So that came out pretty good on both sides. And the back is just nothing special. It's just folded over, hog ring, stretched, hog ring, and stretched, hog ring. And you can fill in little, got a lot of the wrinkles out with just putting the white fluff in. So I think that looks pretty good.
What's the word of the day?
Fluff?
Correct.
So for using no doing it yourself and no sewing machine, I think it's
Why no
excellent.
sewing machine?
Because I'm lazy.
Attaboy, Chris. Make me proud.
And I don't think it warranted it really.
Good word. Use the word warranted. Knocking them out of the ballpark today.
And this is basically the second seat I've ever done. So you get what you pay for. At least Kevin does. So now the hard part is just going to find where the pinholes are in the bottom and mate the two seats together, and then we'll put it in the truck.
Oh yeah, that cheap prick didn't even buy us lunch today.
Nope, because he left his damn wallet in his car.
It says that when he's got no money. That's my line.
He's probably out back
Who knows?
wasting shop towels for toilet paper. Okay, we'll put the two pieces together and we'll show you the aftermath, and then it'll go in the truck.
Cheap, cheap, cheap.
Don't knock your drink over.
Oh, yeah. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm doing my best. What's his name? George Costanza. See you on the next one. I'm an idiot. That's actually pretty comfy.
Ready?
Yeah.
Well, guys, as you can see, it's the seat's fully mounted in here. Chris did an awesome job doing the upholstery job. It's nice and comfy. I like it. Again, it was literally a mouse-infested unit, right? So Corey took time and cleaned it up.
It'll look good when we get finish these guys in.
Yeah.
Finish off the interior.
Yeah, no, it looks sharp. They did an awesome job on it.
A lot better than what it was. Yep.
And it still folds. It'll fold forward to get out our drink holder.
Should be filled with beer.
No one drinks beer here.
No, Coca-Cola
Yeah.
or root beer.
Derek's busy sanding away on the hood. He's not thrilled. But it's coming along. These bad boys got installed. They look good.
This is the end. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you learned something from it. So please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, your neighbors, even your teachers. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Moron. Okay, this was where a couple of subscribers, they left comments earlier this week and they wanted measurements for the back fender wells. I hope this is what you want, guys, but we'll take a measurement in here, then we'll go measure the other truck bed. Assuming, hopefully you're wanting the measurements from all the way up. Probably no nice way of doing this, but from this top part here, I'll go from the center of the bolt about 2 3/8. And then from center of the bolt, I'll see if they're all kind of the same. But there's 7. Okay, 7, and then 6 from center to center, and then 8 1/4. Yucky leaves. 8 and say 5/8. We are right there, just in the water. 8 and 5/8 again. Might be all the same. Yeah, 8 and 5/8. 8 1/2. Oh no, 8 and 5/8. Sorry, my bad. So 8 inch, 7 inch, and then the final one. Oh man, I'm out of shape. 7 1/4. So I hope that helps. I hope this is what you want. If not, leave a comment again and we'll figure it out. But I hope this helped, guys.